Leave it to Ari Aster to fuck me up, baby.
Hello, I'm Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome to another hard review. I'm here, of course, to talk about Eddington. This is the latest Ari Aster film 2 years after Beau is Afraid. We also have Midsommar and Hereditary. He has not missed. Eddington is a movie I was very excited for, but I knew it touched on a subject that was a little bit touchy for a lot of people. It is set in the year 2020, so we're dealing with a lot of the COVID pandemic stuff. We're dealing with the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of the other political things that were going on during that time. A lot of this movie is painfully funny. Like, it hurts to laugh at it because I went through a lot of those situations. You know, you're in a store and someone refuses to wear a mask. People are turning on each other in, very passive-aggressive and uncomfortable ways. You feel like your ideology is so correct and the opposite side's ideology is so obviously wrong, then the disconnect between the left side and the right is growing wider and wider, and the divide between people is bigger than it ever has been before. I will say one thing I enjoy about this movie is I think that it does give you a balanced perspective, though. I think it shows negative aspects about both sides. That being said, maybe it's just my own personal politics, but I feel like it really condemned one side way more than it condemned the other. As someone that's liberal myself, a lot of the scenes where they were talking about white people addressing white supremacy and supporting Black Lives Matter movement and how that's hypocritical of them. They're sitting there saying things like, oh, I'm gonna stop talking about this because I'm not supposed to be talking because of my power, and then they go on talking forever. And I think that that's really great. All the things it has to say about that we are trying to find social gain and by fighting for these things, and just the concept of racism in America, everything can be perceived as racist in some way or another. Obviously, if you hate another race, you're obviously racist. But for example, if you have a specific type and I'm specifically a lot of guys are into Asian girls, oh, you're fetishizing Asian women, and that's racist. It's kind of the Get Out thing where it's yes, there's obvious I hate black people racism, but there's also too far on the other end, fetishizing different races. I think that a lot of the ways that it handles the racial themes in this movie I think are very poignant. Also with COVID as well, that's kind of just the backdrop for this movie. It's a very dense film. It has so many ideas that it's talking about. A lot of people are going to be overwhelmed by this film because it's a very entertaining film. There's cool action in it. It's very funny. There's wonderful performances, but there are just so much themes that are being shoveled into your brain, and there's so many things to dissect and interpret. Did these things actually happen? Are these things actually just a metaphor? Is it going on in someone's head? What is the filmmaker trying to say? And these are all wonderful questions. A movie's supposed to challenge you and make you think about it and stick with you for a long time, and I saw this almost a week ago at this point, and it's persisted in my brain. A lot of the ethical dilemmas that are going on in the movie that I find myself grappling with, and it's making me look inward, criticize and evaluate myself and my own ideology and politics and opinions on things, and also reevaluate the opposite side. I do think that Joe Cross is this despicable loser character, and it's really fun watching him try to assert himself and find value in himself in this community. He's clearly a very prideful man. I do think that there's a certain amount of sympathy for this character, sure. I mean, I think he's certainly a bad person, but I understand the core human feelings that are there, even though I do think he's a pretty condemnable character. I think that Joaquin Phoenix's performance really shows a lot of empathy towards the character, but I don't feel like the film is saying that he's correct at all. I mean, in certain ways I think it does, but also I do think that it paints a very honest portrayal of this man and of the ideology of clearly a lot of people in this country. It was very pathetic and sad and poignant in that way. Pedro Pascal is wonderful in this movie. A lot of people complain that he's too many places at once. I really was impressed with him in the Fantastic Four movie compared to what I was expecting going in. I really like him Material. He's in everything these days, but this I do think is his best performance in years, and I think by far. I wish we got more from Emma Stone and Austin Butler. There's just certain things that not that I feel like the movie left meat on the bone. I'm just saying that I like these characters so much. I like these actors and these performances so much. I wanted so much more from them than what this movie was equipped to give me. It's 2.5 hours long, but it doesn't feel like that. It's a very brisk film. It's very entertaining. So while it is hitting you with a lot of these ideas and a lot of the movie is very depressing, it is still a very entertaining film. I really just do feel like it's a full meal. I really love this movie. I can't get over how much I love it. 5 out of 5 with a heart. Please go see this in theaters. It's making no money, which is very, very sad right now. I like it a good deal more than Beau is Afraid, which I recently rewatched. Gave it a heart this time. I kept it at a 4-star. I do have Hereditary and Midsommar both at a 5 out of 5. I think I would still put this below those two. I might put it above Hereditary, but I think Midsommar is firmly my favorite of this group. I just think that the performance that we get from Florence Pugh, combined with like the fact that I really like that it's a daytime horror movie, the production design, the costumes that we get here, I really like the type of movie that it is more. And that's the thing I'm really appreciating about Ari Aster's career, is how much it feels like he's branching out and he's doing whatever he wants and he has full control of what's going on, and he attracts really great talent. I just really am appreciative that we have a filmmaker, a budding filmmaker, who has a clear voice, is unique, and is doing whatever he wants and is not afraid to make audiences uncomfortable. And I think that's really amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Like, comment, subscribe. Why don't you guys tell me what your favorite Ari Aster film is?